Hi guys, yesterday I did a little video using old cooking oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, that sort of stuff, that my wife puts in a jar rather than throw down a sink, and then eventually we will take it to the recycling centre when we've got enough to get rid of. Anyway, I wanted to see whether we could use it to light a lamp. So I used some of this cotton rope as the wick, put it in there so the oil soaks into the wick, comes up to the top, and as you burn it, more is drawn up the wick. And that worked fine. Today, my wife was going to throw this out. I don't know how old it is. I looked at it and could see that I'd blacked out the trademarks on it. I used to do that on my videos years ago because I thought we might get copyright strikes. Well, you still might get copyright strikes. Depends on the manufacturer, really, as to whether they want to be funny about their trademark name. Anyway, that meant I could look through my archives of videos and date when we last used this. And it was 11 years ago. Used it to make a pinhole camera screen translucent. In other words, a bit of paper, and you put oil on it, and it made it go translucent or opaque so you could see through it, or at least see the image that was forming on the other side of it. So I'll put a link in the video description to that pinhole camera video. I laughed when I watched it back. I really struggled to do the job. It looked simple and I made hard work of it. Anyway, I was looking at this and I thought that was a date. It probably is a manufacturer's date code of some sort, but it's not a date, so we couldn't work it out from that. Nothing on the bottom. 1/03. That could be, what did I just say? 11 years ago was the video. That could be 2013. No, that wouldn't be 03, would it? I don't think it's 20 odd years old. Anyway, certainly I can date the video I used it for as 11 years old. So what I'm going to do is put some of that in this little jar. That's the stuff we get jam for our toast in the coffee shop. Little jar like that. We have quite a few of them. 2026 date on that one. So I'll poke a hole in that, stick that in there, and pour some oil in and see if that will burn. So back in a minute. Push a hole in there, push it through there, and let it soak. Right, hole in the top. That's going to go in there. You might ask why I'm doing it. I mean, quite simply because this was going to be thrown out and I wanted to see if I could do something useful with it. I'll leave that for a little while. See if it wicks up into there. And then we'll see if it burns. Back again. Yes, that feels like it's wicked up. So let's see if it burns. I have to wait for the wick to burn down a bit. You will see we got very black, smoky flame from it. That will die down a bit in a minute when the wick's burnt down. Yeah, you really don't want to use this indoors, not with that much soot coming off it. Yeah, it's turning my hand black with the soot. I could have trimmed the wick down to reduce that, but it will burn down anyway. Getting black on the ceiling in a minute. Don't want all that. Just out of shot, I got my hand above it, catching the black smoke. Yeah, I should have trimmed that down a bit. Never mind. The point of the exercise was to see if the baby oil would burn. I think we can say yes, it is. It's burning black and smoky. But if you're in an emergency and you need a light, then a cotton wick and baby oil will give you light and some heat as well. So that will do. It works. And rather than try to blow it out, if you've got a candle snuffer, that is your better option. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.